So in this particular case, we are going through the Constitution. Fine. So till now we have gone through different schedules, rather 12 different schedules, and what are the points which are included in the schedules. Later on, we have also gone through the preamble of the Constitution of India. So that Constitution of India's preamble, if we consider, then it has different things. Four different fields we have considered. Very first thing, the source of the, let's say, that particular, right? Then we have considered the next point, which was about the nature of the, right, its nature, its resources, sources, its nature. Then we have considered the Indian, the objectives, and the last one is about the date of adoption. So these are the four different points which we have considered. Now we are entering into the last part of, or the last part related to the Constitution of India, and that might be the lengthiest, right, which we can consider. As far as written exam is concerned, less probability that the questions can be asked. But since recently the CA, CRC, NRC, then 370, right, 35A, so the improvisation in these, right, has been taken place. So according to that, I think we should go through the different parts of Constitution. So we have started that by seeing originally there are 22 parts. Rather, again today also the number is 22, but altogether you will be having 25 parts. So some of the parts which are, for example, 10, 9. Earlier it was 9. Now it has 9, 9A, 9B. So likewise, altogether now it becomes 25. Right? Though the number is the full number is 22. Right? But altogether, such A and B parts have been added in some of the parts, and therefore it has become, or its number has increased to 25. Then originally there were 395 articles. Now we do have around 448. Again, original number, that is 395, will be the last one. But within these 395, some of the sub points or some of the sub articles have been increased, and so altogether it has become 448 articles. Right. So if I could write the numbers, and if I reach to 22nd, and if I say it is the last one, you should not get confused that earlier I said 25. And now I'm saying about 22, or the 22 is the last one. Right? Anyway, this should be the case, right? As you have considered the 8 schedules and the excuse me, 8 schedules and the 12 schedules which we do have. So let's go through the parts which we can consider, right? So in this particular case, here you do have certain parts having certain articles. Within that article, sometimes in some of the articles, you will be seeing some of the chapters. And then what about that chapter is? It's thoroughly, we can't go through, right? Or we need not to go through. But as an introduction, as a exploration of that particular, so we have to go through. Very first thing here, you can put a title as important parts and articles. Important parts and articles, right? So here, if you consider very first one, part 1, which is having 4 articles, if we consider, right? So article 1 to 4 in this case. Now, what is the subject of each of these articles? So commonly I will write here the subject, so that next time, right, for each of these you will be understanding what is the subject. So for articles 1 and from articles 1 to 4, what is the subject? That is the question right now, right? So in this particular case, if you consider or if you see what could be the subject, so the subject is related to the union and its territory, right? Union and its territory. For example, names of the states, right, and the union territories. So about it, it is one. Then next part which we can consider. See, among these, which one is important, that will be definitely emphasized, and even individually the article will be also emphasized, so that our purpose of understanding the highlights will be served. So part 2, in which we have, here I will be writing again article 1 to 4. So article from 5 to 14 we can consider, right? So that are sorry, not 14, it's 11. 5 to 11, right? So they are about citizenship. Now in this particular case, what exactly you should understand by citizenship, right? Or what we can consider about the citizenship. So in these particular things, if you consider the fundamental rights, right? So there are some other things which we can consider in this particular case, right? I think that is related to the next part, right? So how the citizenship can be offered to someone. So that is about, or that is in the part 2, into the articles 5 to 11. Now part 3, in which the articles from 12 to, you can consider about 34 or 35, I think 35, right? So 12 to 35. Now if you consider what about this is, so this is about the fundamental rights. Now see how many articles are included in this. So fundamental rights, how many articles for these fundamental rights? So in this case, the definition of fundamental right, is there. Akshay, I do have a good or the sufficient range, even as usual, and I hope it is visible. You might be having some reflection from a page, but as far as range is concerned, that's fine. I hope the notebook is visible and I'm audible. So fundamental, thank you, Mandar. Fundamental rights, right, which we can consider. So here in this particular case, the uh, definition of it is there, right? So it will be always defined. Then the laws consistent with or the derogation of the fundamental rights, right? For example, if you consider these fundamental rights, right, which are related to the right to equality, right, the first fundamental right which we can consider, right? So right to equality. So in this case, now again there will be the different points or different articles. For example, the equality before law, right? So that will have a separate article, particularly article number 14. Then the prohibition and discrimination on the grounds of religion, caste, race, and the place of birth, right? So if something or some dispute comes related to this, right, then that is having article 15. So altogether, how these articles are, let's say, divided into that, I'm just talking, right? Even I will not go through each and every, but group wise, and where is what, at least that must be introduced by, right? So it is necessary. So fundamental, in fundamental rights, first you can consider right to the equality, right? So in this particular case, which we can consider, right, the right to the equality, fine. So it's a very simple thing, how we can define, right, about the fundamental rights. So in this particular case, whatever we are doing, right, so that particular part is, if we consider the fundamental uh, right, right. So in that particular case, if you consider these, I think, 6 different uh, things, right? For example, right to equality, freedom, right? Then let's say freedom against exploitation, religion, cultural, right? Then again in this particular case, religion, educational, even constitutional remedies can be suggested by you. So that is also the fundamental right which you can have. So altogether, these are the things which are which you can call the inherent to all human beings, right? So if you try to define it, inherent to all the human beings, regardless of the gender, nationality, place of birth, place of residency, gender, then religion, color. So such are other points, right? So you know currently what is going in USA, right? And then most of the people have come on the road, and even the president of that particular country has to go to the former president, right? So that that particular issue or the dispute gets solved. So if you consider these things which are necessary, right? So that, see, how would you define? That was the question. So it is nothing but the rights inherent to all human beings. That's it, right? So these are the 3 different things inherent to all human beings. That is the definition what you can consider, right? So this will be the thing which you can have the what I can consider in mm, the definition, right? So inherent to the all human beings. Inherent is nothing but the belonging to or part of the nature of a person, right? So that is the case. I hope you have got it. So right to equality, the first one which we can consider. Then second is here. Now see, these things are you as far as this particular point is concerned, you should always remember the fundamental rights. So second is right to freedom. So you do have a freedom. Now about what the freedom you do have, right? So in this particular case, you are having the freedom, right, in different things. For example, freedom to protect a certain rights regarding speech. Yes, exactly, Karthik. That's good. Then right to the education, right? Again, it is a freedom, right, or right to the freedom. So these are the some of the things which we can consider. Right? So altogether, second is the freedom of the right to the freedom. Third fundamental right we can consider here is the right against exploitation. Right. So against exploitation, you have a right, right, by which you can prohibit let's say traffic in the human beings, right, as in and post labor. So this could be the thing, right? So it is related to the what you can kamgaranje sambati, right? Right against the exploitation, which you do have, right? Then here next you can consider is the right to the anyway, someone has said that screen is not visible, but since I'm getting the response, I think it is visible. So next is about the right to the freedom of religion, right to the freedom of religion. So I got a feedback that it is blurred. Okay, I think there was fluctuation in, yes, it was. I hope it is now. Right. So right to the freedom of religion. This could be the another right or another fundamental right which we do have. Right. I go to the next page. Then next is next is about the which you can consider, that is in this particular case the right to the constitutional remedies, right? Yes, right to constitutional remedies, right? So these are some of the things which are very important. Do you know there are again some of the things which we can consider in this, that your fundamental rights can be suspended, right? तुमचे मूलभूत हक्क नाकारले जाऊ शकतात कधी. फॉर एक्झाम्पल यू हॅव डन सम क्राईम, राईट? सो गुन्हेगार असाल तर तुमचे फंडामेंटल राईट्स नाकारले जातात, राईट? काही केसेस असतात जिथे तुम्हाला. So these are the provisions which are there, right? In between there are also some of the cultural and educational rights, right, which is also a part of fundamental rights. Then saving of the certain laws. Now what kind of certain laws you can have, which are called saving of certain laws? So in this case, acquisition of estate, right? So altogether, Karthik, we can consider 7, right? That is always, let's say, better for us to understand, because no one is going to ask you how many fundamental rights, whether 6 or 7, but what are the following, right? Can are the rights, that kind of question can be asked, or you should know, right? So there will be no argument by number, whether 6 or 7, but we will consider 7 altogether, because we are going to write it in 7 different forms, right? So sixth one which we can consider is the cultural and educational right. I think this is the last one, but by article, if you consider, this comes first. So cultural and educational rights, right? And I think the last one we will be considering is saving of certain laws. So how would you understand this one, saving of certain laws? For example, what I said, the acquisition of estates, right? मालमत्तेचा अधिकार जो आहे, or validation of certain acts and regulation, right? So you can ask to validate certain acts and regulations. So that is also the fundamental right offered by Constitution to the people of India. So in this way, you do have these different points in your fundamental rights, right? So this is related to the third part, included articles from 12 to 35. So this is about part 3. Now part 4, if we see, right, how I have written Roman, yes, fine. So part 4. So in this case, it is about the directive principles of state policy, right? Directive principles of state policy. म्हणजे राज्यांनी पाळावयाची तत्व, राईट? पण लक्षात ठेवा, पण पाळलीच पाहिजेत असं नाही. And that's what the feature we have seen, the flexibility of Constitution of India. Right. I will emphasize on this. So there are articles from 36 to 51. So all these are the articles. त्याच्यामध्ये राज्यांनी पाळावयाची तत्वे, राईट, पाळली पाहिजे असं आहे. बट समजा नाही पाळले, राईट, फॉर एक्झाम्पल 8 तास ड्युटी असावी, राईट, द ड्युटी मस्ट बी ऑफ 8 hours. बट समवन थिंग्स, जे आता या पॅन्डेमिक मध्ये काही राज्यांनी बदलून घेतलं, 8 तासाच्या ऐवजी 12 तास ड्युटी केली. सो सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट किंवा अकॉर्डिंग टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन 8 तासाची ड्युटी असेल असं सांगितलं जातं, पण आता 12 तासाची झाली. म्हणजे डायरेक्टिव्ह प्रिन्सिपल काय आहे, इट शुड बी 8 hours, पण ते आता 8 वरून 12 झाली, राईट? म्हणजे ते पाळलंच पाहिजे असं नाही, बरोबर? सो दिस इज द केस विच वी कॅन कन्सिडर, राईट? सो in this case, right, so directive principles of state policy, आपण ते तशी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, तसे चेंजेस याच्यामध्ये करू शकतो. So this is about the directive principles of state policy, which is nothing but the part 4. Now part in this case is again 4A, right? Part 4A, if we look into, right? Then in this particular case, if you see what exactly the part 4A is. So it is about the fundamental duties. As like the fundamental rights, there is fundamental duties. So fundamental duties. Okay, I could have right here the articles. So for fundamental duties, there is again same article called 51A. Right. Now see, what are the fundamental duties? For example, anybody who can give it. It has come by the amendment which was taken place in 1976. Right. So according to that amendment, this has been included. Right. So fundamental duties. For example, राष्ट्रगीतासाठी न थांबणे. Right. Most of us respect it. Still some are there. Right. बरेच तुम्ही काही शहरामध्ये कॉलेजेस शाळा बघितल्या तर गर्दीच्या ठिकाणी त्याच्या आसपास सगळी दुकानं आहेत. तर जेव्हा दररोज सकाळी शाळेमध्ये राष्ट्रगीत होतं त्यावेळेला त्या शाळेच्या अवतीभोवती असलेले लोक उभे राहतातच असं नाही. राईट. शाळेच्या संबंधित जे असतील ते उभे राहतात. बट ऍज अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया, right, if you consider altogether the population of India, so that is your fundamental duty. पण आपल्याकडे असं आहे की इफ यू कुड नॉट ओबे दीज फंडामेंटल ड्युटीज तरी आपल्याला शिक्षा होईल असं नाही, रादर शिक्षा होणार नाही. म्हणजे पाळलीच पाहिजेत असं नाही, पाळली पाहिजे. राईट. पण इफ यू कन्सिडर इंग्लंडच्या राणीची जी अशी तत्व आहेत ती जर पाळली नाही तर तिथं शिक्षा होत. राईट. सो यू कॅन सी द थिंग्स. फाईन. सो पण आपल्याकडे तसं नाहीये. दिस वॉज अबाउट द फंडामेंटल ड्युटीज विच इज पार्ट 4A. Fine. Anyway, then part 5. So the part 5 is about the union, right? So it is about the union. The union म्हणजे nation झालं पूर्ण, right? So here there are n number of articles which we do have, and in these articles again we are having different chapters, right? So altogether here there are from I think 52 to 76. These many articles are there, right, in this part, and having the 5 different chapters. Right. So these articles divided into chapters, right, 1 to 5. So these are the different chapters. So what about all these chapters if you consider? Right. So here the first chapter is related to the executive. Right. Executive, राष्ट्रपती व राष्ट्रपतींबद्दलची सर्व माहिती. Right. So if you consider here chapter 1, that is executive. Right. Then the next thing which we can consider in this particular case is nothing but the if you consider article 52 exactly, so that is related to the president of India. Article 53 is nothing but about the executive power of the union. About the article 54 is about election of the president, right? Then the procedure for impeachment of the president, if we consider that someone had asked about in that day, I think once a while we have gone through the word impeachment, right? So impeachment of the president, I think that was impeachment of Supreme Court's judges, right? And for that we must have majority in the parliament. So again the procedure for impeachment of the president, राष्ट्रपतींना पदावरून काढलं जाऊ शकतं, right? गच्छंती केली जाऊ शकते. For that there is one article, exactly it is of article 61. So that is nothing but the executive, right? So which includes some of these articles if we have all these things. Then, right, which is about from 52 to 70. 6 different articles. Fine. And next it comes is about Article 77 to 122, which you can consider as Chapter 2, and is about Parliament. Now, what this is? So, Parliament itself is having their constitution, right? That is called the Constitution of Parliament. So, it is the first what we can consider. It is nothing but the one of these articles. I think Article 79, right? So, how you can follow the Parliament? Then the Constitution of the Council of States, right? So, again, the Constitution of the House of the People, right? So what I said, so Constitution of Parliament is having one article, Constitution of Rajya Sabha is having one article, that is Article 80, and Constitution of Lok Sabha, which is Article 81. So altogether within this article, these houses are having their own constitutions. त्याला आपण म्हणतो त्याची कार्यपद्धती कशी चालते, right? बऱ्याच गोष्टी राहतात. So it is about that particular thing. Then the duration of House of the Parliament, right? So Parliament is the duration, like right from everything, right? For how many years, and then the sessions which we can consider, right? आपण त्याला अधिवेशन म्हणू. Then about the qualification of membership of the Parliament, right? So that is also one of the articles. Then sessions of Parliament, propagation and dissolution. म्हणजे संसद चालू किती काळ ठेवायची, ते अधिवेशन चालू किती काळ ठेवायचं, बंद कसं म्हणजे डिसॉल्व करायचं. So about that there are some of the articles. So altogether all this information is in the let's say in these articles which is in chapter 2 related to Parliament, right? So these are the cases which we can consider. Fine. The next is Article 123, right, which is of called chapter 3 in this. What about this is? So this is about the legislative powers of the president Fine. So in this particular case, if you consider the legislative powers of the president, so in this particular case, if you consider the power of president, right, to promulgate the ordinances during recess of the Parliament, right? So that is also one article that are called legislative powers of the president. आपण जे विधेयक पास करून घेतो, right? So that particular powers, that are called the legislative powers of the, and that has Article 123, right, which is nothing but a chapter 3 in this particular part called Part 5. Then next is chapter 4, which has articles 124 to 144. Chapter 4. What about this chapter 4 is? So it is about the Union Judiciary. The Union Judiciary. Now, what this Union Judiciary is, right? So if you consider the establishment of the Constitution of Supreme Court, right? आपण आपल्या कार्यालयात काम करत असतो. So we do always follow the rules and regulations of our office. And that can be termed as the constitution of that particular office. Likewise, these are the supreme or the apex of that particular field, right? If we consider, so each of these, and therefore, as like the Parliament is having its constitution, Rajya Sabha is having its constitution, Lok Sabha is having its constitution. Likewise, here the establishment and the constitution of the Supreme Court, right? So it has one article, exactly 124 article is for that. Then salaries etc of judges, that is also taken. Then appointment of the Chief Justice, right? that is acting, right? Acting Chief Justice in the Supreme Court.